Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mercedes. In today's video, I have polishes from Rogue Lacquer to share with you all. There are two collections. It is their Frightfully Fun Imagineering collection, and then we have their Falloween quad in their collection as well. So altogether, there's 8 polishes. Of course, you have your beautiful flaky polishes from Rogue Lacquer. So you have your flaky bombs, and then you also have your flaky polishes that are within like a nice creamier base. I absolutely love Halloween, so any chance that I get to share any type of Halloween polishes with you all, I'm definitely going to try and squeeze that in. If you hear my kids, they're downstairs. We just got an ant farm and the ants that I ordered just came in. We tried using ants from like outside and that didn't work. They did not survive. So I ordered special ants and they just came in today. So they're downstairs watching them in their little like ant farm storage container thing. Before we move on, if you haven't already subscribed, I hope that you do. I upload videos with live swatches and I love talking about all things in nails and nail polish. All of these polishes are so fun. You have some bright ones in there. They're all so vibrant. I can't wait to show you them. So let's get into it. First up in the Falloween set, or the Falloween quad, I should say, is Fright This Way. And this one is described as a red to gold copper UCC flakes with aqua, blue glass, and black metallic flakies. Now, I know this is probably like a broken record moment, but if you haven't tried Rogue Lacquer's flaky bombs, you have to. You do not know what you're missing. They're absolutely amazing. For this one, usually for a Rogue Lacquer flaky bombs, I usually do 2 coats, but because this one is in a clear base, I decided to build it up in 3. I could have left it at 2, but I kind of wanted to fill in like the little spaces on my nail bed and just give it a little more depth, give it more dimension, and just make it look more full. And that 3rd coat really was like a thin coat just to kind of wrap it up and pull it in all together. But this one is super fun. I feel like this is a great polish for the summertime and a great polish obviously for like Halloween, but it's a very fun, like it almost gives me like party vibes as well. All of the flakies are so beautiful. I am in love with the red and the copper in this specific polish. I think it looks so pretty. I love the fact that you can build this up and it gives you that full opacity look. Or like if you choose to use it as a topper, you can certainly do it that way. Or if you want to just do like 2 thin coats and give yourself like that flaky bomb kind of effect, then you can do that too. It's very versatile, very fun polish, amazing flaky polish formula as always per Rogue Lacquer. Pictured are 3 coats of Fright This Way with a glossy top coat. Here we have Feeling Pumpkin Spicy, and this one is this one is described as orange glass flakes with purple and black flakies. This one is super pretty. I love the fact that the purple flakies in here are really bright and stand out. The orange flakies almost kind of give me gold leaf vibes, and I think that's why the purple stands out so much, because you have not like the orange flakies are muted in any way, but the purple is just bright and bold, so it's gonna, be the star of the show here. I ended up building this up in 2 coats. You can certainly do a 3rd to give yourself more coverage, but I really loved the play of all of these different colors, and I think they pair so well together. Like it's just enough purple flakies. You see what I mean? Like it's just enough purple flakies to give it a nice little like sparkle. And I feel like it looks gold, not orange to me. Or maybe just on my skin tone it looks gold. Either way, I really love it. I think it's very, very pretty. Definitely an all-season polish in my opinion. Obsessed. Pictured are 2 coats of Feeling Pumpkin Spicy with a glossy top coat. Next up we have Wicked, and this one is described as black chartreuse, purple, and teal, and it's a teal metallic flaky bomb. This one is stunning. I ended up building this up in 2 coats, and literally that's all you need. I found this one to be just a little more dense and heavier than the previous two, but not in a bad way. Personally for me, when I wear my flaky bombs, I like to put a glitter smoother over them. Like it's not necessarily because of the texture. Like you get a little bit of texture, but it's like smooth texture, if that makes any sense. I like my flaky bombs to look plump and juicy, and I like my glitter polishes obviously to look like plump and juicy. And I feel like you certainly can just do a nice smooth glossy top coat and you'll be fine, but I like to add that extra layer to give me that extra like bounce and juiciness. But look at this. This is just two beautiful coats. I love that black base. It's so different. Like I don't feel like I've seen a polish like this before. Like you can really see the chartreuse like peeking out from within that black base. The purple flakies, the teal flakies, all of those components. Like I love when you like read a description for a polish and you can see everything that's described. I love that. And for this specific polish, you can definitely see that. Pictured are two coats of Wicked with a glossy top coat. And last but not least, in the following quad is Toil and Trouble. And these guys, I know I mention this all the time, are in no particular order. It's no particular order. If they are, then I will intentionally say that, or I'll list it in the description box. So it's not like I'm choosing one over the other. That's my favorite. But Toil and Trouble is described as a sapphire hollow glitter with purple magenta glass flakes and black metallic flakies. This one is another stunner. I built this one up in two coats. Looking back now, I probably could have done a third coat, like a third thin coat, just to kind of hide all of those little bald patches on my nail bed. But I'm not mad at it. It kind of gives it some texture. It gives it some like funky vibes. And this color is so bright and vibrant. You really can't tell that I have those little patches on my nail bed. And that, like I say patches like it's a bad thing, but it's really not a bad thing. I really enjoyed the sapphire hollow glitter component in this polish. On top of the beautiful flakies, that hollow glitter just gives you that extra sparkle, and I love sparkly polishes. Very pretty polish, very vibrant, definitely Halloween vibes and definitely summer vibes as well. Pictured are two coats of Toil and Trouble with a glossy top coat. Now we're moving on to the Frightfully Fun Imagineering Set or collection. And first up is, in no particular order, first up is Spellbinding Thrills. And this one is described as a stone gray Crelly with orange, purple, and magenta glass and black metallic flakies. I had a brain freeze there. This one built up beautifully in just two coats. I really wasn't expecting that second coat to build up so wonderfully. I mean, I know it is acrylic, so it's going to give you that squishy effect, right? But honestly, like, I think two coats is just fine because you have all of those flakies in there. I wouldn't go in for a third. I mean, if you went in for a third, it'll definitely deepen up that base color, which I wouldn't want to deepen it up. I think it looks great as this nice stone gray color. It almost gives you a little bit of purple too, like maybe just a drop of lilac in there. I think if you have longer nails, two coats is going to be okay. Like if you want that squishy effect, because there's so many flakies in this polish, it's really going to cover up any nail line that you have, depending on how prominent your nail line, and of course depending on your preference. With these ones, I didn't really find them, like the flakies all lay flat. I personally, like I mentioned before, I love when polishes, I have like family all around this house, like you're gonna hear screaming and video games and alarms going off, but I personally like using a glitter smoother and then a glossy top coat with my flakies just to give it that plump effect. But this one is super pretty. Gray is actually one of my favorite colors, believe it or not. I just don't wear it enough. Pictured are two coats of Spellbinding Thrills with a glossy top coat. Next up we have Ghoulish Greetings, and this one is described as a cool toned purple with green teal glass flakes and black metallic flakies. This one built up beautifully in just 2 coats. I really thought I was going to need an additional coat, like a third coat. When I applied it, it looked almost like squishy, like a squishy effect, like a crelly. But you can see after that second coat, it really built up to opacity. I think long nails, you might want to do like a thin third coat, but honestly, like there's so much going on in this polish that 2 coats is going to be perfect. Like you can see here, the opacity is absolutely amazing. Those flakies are so glowy. They are dispersed all throughout your nail bed. You're definitely not going to miss any flakies. They're all over the place. I love this base color, and I love how glowy the flakies are. They really make a statement in this polish for sure. Pictured are 2 coats of ghoulish greetings with a glossy top coat. Next up is Halloween Screams, and this one is described as a blood orange base with magenta and black metallic flakies. Now, when I saw this in the bottle, I was like, oh, this is a pretty pink, but I don't know if it's going to be my type of pink, right? And then I read the description and it said blood orange, and I was like, oh, okay, right. Like now I can picture the blood orange and I can picture it on my nails. And I think the color description is pretty accurate. This one built up beautifully in 2 coats. This one gives you more of that like squishy jelly-like look. I think longer nails, 2 to 3 coats is going to be good for you. Again, lots of flakies in here, not as large as the previous polish. I think they just blend in a little bit more, but this one definitely has a nice glow. I actually thought that this color was kind of flattering on me. Usually I tend to stay away from these like peachy-ish orangey shades. I just don't think they look great with my skin tone. But something about this polish, when it was built up to full opacity, I really enjoyed it on me. And I think because you have all those different components in there, so like the black flakies, right? Those beautiful glowy like lilac purple flakies, they all blend in well together, and you know, you're not just focusing on that like blood orange peachy shade, you're also focusing on the other components, and I think this is why I really enjoyed that one, or this one. Pictured are 2 coats of Halloween Screams with a glossy top coat. And the last polish I'll be sharing is I Put a Spell on You, and this one is described as a creamy forest green with orange glass and black metallic flakies. This one is like drop dead gorgeous. I am obsessed with the base shade. I think that teal color is stunning. I feel like it leans more on the cooler side, at least on my skin tone, but I personally love that. The black flakies, oh my gosh, there's so many black flakies and I love it. I love hollow flakies, I love black flakies, and the gold orangey metallic-y flakes in this polish really glow against the darker base. Like the opacity is amazing. I think long nails 2 coats is just going to be fine for you. I think especially with this one, 2 coats is going to be okay. But you get this nice dark base, right? And then you get your lighter flakies. It just, I don't know, something about it. I messed up my nail there. Something about this just looks so royal, so rich, perfect for the fall. I think this would look great in the winter time as well. And even like as a transition color from like spring to fall. So very, very pretty. I love it. I just had to show you guys again because it's so pretty. I don't paint my thumb when I swatch, so there's that awkward shot, but like I just had to show you at a different angle because it's gorgeous. Pictured are 2 coats of I Put a Spell on You with a glossy top coat. All right, I have a few favorites that really stood out to me. All of them are extremely gorgeous. I love them all. And this part of my videos I'm always struggling with, and I want to make sure that I still, even though I'm always like, I will get them all, I want to make sure that I pick and choose ones just to challenge myself, right? So I rounded it out to 3. From the Frightfully Fun Imagineering collection, I Put a Spell on You. I thought this one was beautiful. I love the darker teal base. I think it's a perfect shade for Halloween, perfect shade for fall. The flakies in there, look at that. They just glow. I mean, you can't go wrong with a Rogue Lacquer. Okay, I'm sorry, my nails are chipped. they're chipped. I have some swatching to do tonight, and I'm gonna redo my mani, but you can't go wrong with Rogue Lacquer's flicky polishes. They're just so pretty. Formula, absolutely amazing. Loved it. Another one from the Frightfully Fun Imagineering collection was Ghoulish Greetings. This one is just super glowy. I was obsessed. It built up beautifully. I wasn't expecting the opacity to build up like it did on the second coat, but it sure did. It surprised me. I don't know why it surprised me, because Rogue Lacquer, their formula is amazing and consistent. But I love the glowiness from the flakies. I love the like blurple, lilac-y, grayish kind of base. It's a very pretty color that I honestly can see myself wearing in the winter, obviously for Halloween, and even in the summertime. And then of course I had to pick a flaky bomb. So from the Falloween collection, I chose Wicked. I love the deep, mysterious shade that this is. And I love how I like how the base is like deep and mysterious, even though it's like a flaky bomb, doesn't really have like a base, but you know what I mean? Like it's darker in shade, but the flakies in there are still vibrant, bright, and fun. So it just pops against the nail, and I really enjoyed that. And I thought it built up really well. All right, that is all that I have to share with you guys today. Let me know if you already picked up some of these polishes. They're already available for purchase, or if you plan on picking any of them up. Thank you again, and I'll see you in my next one.